Welcome. I want to know, is your leadership fit for the future in this 21st century? Well, this is for you if you are a successful midlife professional or a practical visionary or a lifelong learner, and you want to know how can I evolve from success to significance, given my age, where I am in life, all of my experience. And I know that a traditional, generic, vanilla copy paste approach won't work. Well, I'm Janet Macaluso, and I want to put the D for development back in learning and development because I know that this outdated thinking that we're victims of about using yesterday's logic to deal with today's problems and turmoil. It's not going to work for us in the 21st century. And no one can tell us this because they don't see it either. It's like we're hidden. It's blind paradigms. We don't even see through these lenses, but we're walking around with paper on our shoes, spinach on our teeth, and this isn't right for the 20th century. We're blinded by 20th century thinking that basically was saying nature is a machine and the earth is an exploitable resource. We're separate from nature and we're separate from each other, but we know this is not the case. I'm Janet Macaluso, and 2 years ago, I recreated myself from corporate organization development all my life or adult life to now I'm the founder of Learning to Lead. I'm not a traditional consultant. I'm not going to give you my best practices. I'm an unlearner more than I'm a learner at this point in my life, an anti-hero resource, returning power to the source. And I do that through modern science and ancient wisdom. So you can see I've had a number of decades and degrees and diplomas and certifications, and I can offer all of those, and I have on the left-hand side. I've basically either offered myself or hired the experts to come in and work with my people to think of them as an empty vessel, fill their brains with competencies and best practices, and outsource their development with other people giving them 360-degree feedback versus what's really needed today in the 21st century is this inner capacity, keeping our knees bent and growing internally, reclaiming, regenerating, and becoming resilient to whatever life offers us. And I have a 1-year mastermind. I'm going to tell a little bit more about this in these upcoming videos. It's based on a 6 points of a framework, the regenerative leadership framework. Number 1, evolve self and systems. Most development focuses on the self. How can you self-improve, self-develop? Well, yes, I will work on that, yet also I'm going to grow or you're going to grow in order to what? Evolve your people, your places, and your causes, wherever you are in your corner of the world or your own ecosystem. Number 2, you're going to have to deal with your own managing yourself and your own inner obstacles. Number 3, we will use a regenerative living systems approach that's needed for the 21st century. We're not using an industrial approach, behavioral approach that was done with rats in a maze, or even the do-good human development paradigm. We're really working from a living systems approach, and that is leading from our essence, finding our own essence and bringing that to life and designing your own best future self now. Thinking with frameworks to help you be able to discern and have critical thinking so that you will see things that you'll never be able to unsee. And finally, as I mentioned before, I work as a resource using a Socratic method to be able to uncover and help you think differently and discern and see your potential instead of living in problem solving or current existence. So that's the end for now. Stay tuned and I'll share more about the program.